Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country, non-pop country music reactions. Could be bluegrass, western, Texas swing, non-pop country. I'm doing Sarah Beth Terry again. Her song Glass Houses. Marlene McKinney made a gift to the channel. Shout out to you, Marlene. If you guys want to know how to do it, it's in the description box. It's pretty easy. Suggested gift to the channel is 25 bucks. Put the song in there. It's got to fit with the channel theme, and I get it up usually within a day. This one, Sarah Beth, is a trip. I love her. She's just so freaking cool in so many ways. And I just did a reaction to a song, and I didn't know how you guys would react to that, to me reacting to her song titled So This Bitch? But I'm like, I wanted to do another Sarah Beth song, and I went with something that had an edgier title, but I was worried you guys might not make it into listening to the song, because some folks are puritanical. Anyway, a couple of folks are like, oh yeah, that made a lot of sense. And that was backed up by a Rodney Carrington song, where the dude gets kicked in the nuts because he was cheating on his girlfriend. And you guys have been like leaving like crying emojis on this stuff. So I'm like, well, it's a 1-2 punch with Sarah Beth. But anyway, Marlene, I guess you were like, hey, let's do another Sarah Beth Terry song. So thank you for this gift. I don't know what Glass Houses is about. It's probably the 5th or 6th song of Sarah Beth's I've done. I think she's in Appalachia somewhere. Sarah Beth, you'll probably see this at some point. Aren't you in Eastern Kentucky? You might be in Western Kentucky, but I think you're Eastern for some reason. All right, here we go.
Crank it way up.
Personality already.
Well, gather your stones and take your aim. Nail me to the cross and ruin my name. All because you need somebody to blame for why your life is shit. Well, what I do shouldn't matter to you, and I've had enough of your judgment too. You've knocked me down, but I ain't through, and you ain't seen nothing yet.
Uh-oh.
I ain't perfect, I don't claim to be, but who died and made you the boss of me? While talk is cheap and speech is free, all that really counts is my, oh my, what pretty glass houses.
Nice. I don't know who this person is.
Well,
there.
what if I did what you done to me? Well, there's skeletons hanging in your family tree, and the ghost of who you used to be, they show up now and then. Who among you's without sin? Well, I ain't perfect, I don't claim to be. Who died and made you the boss of me? While talk is cheap and speech is free, all that really counts is my, oh my, what pretty glass houses.
A lot of metaphor in here.
How dare you? You sure have a lot of nerve saying what you do. How dare you? I'd be real friggin' careful before I throw them stones. Be a shame if people found out. I ain't perfect, I don't claim to be, but who died and made you the boss of me? While talk is cheap and speech is free, all that really counts is that I ain't perfect, I don't claim to be. Who died and made you the boss of me? While talk is cheap and speech is still free, all that really counts is my, oh my, what pretty glass houses.
Hypocrisy, baby. So unattractive. Doesn't that drive you nuts when like people can't even see how hypocritical they're being sometimes? Like they'll tell you to do something or stop doing something or judge you for something that they themselves are doing and they can't even see it, or maybe they're even doing it worse than you are. And they judge you on that or whatever. It's like, oh, please. So I understand her emotion in this one because, I mean, certain people in my life are coming to mind right now, and then you start getting pissed off. But, yeah, no, Sarah Beth hits subjects head on, doesn't she? And she kept this one clean too, because I know when she was probably sitting around a campfire, it's not as clean. And you could add a lot of lyrics and such. But one thing I like about songwriting is when things are left open-ended. Like, we don't know what this other person did. I don't even know who this other person is in this relationship. I'm guessing it's a former lover of some sort, but maybe not. Maybe it's a sibling, a friend, who died. It's so funny, that expression. This is the first time I've ever thought of this. I've heard the expression many times, but why does somebody have to die and then someone becomes your boss? I don't know. In any case, yeah, glass houses. I like that one too. That's a well worn and well understood. Like, people in glass houses, like, we can see what you're doing. We can see what you're doing, and we throw a stone, it's going to shatter that glass. You're going to be exposed to everything. It's like, don't even try it, type of thing. Don't even try it with me, because you're just as bad. Yeah, but I like the open-ended nature of this, because we really didn't get detail. And so it's more about the principle than the person. We don't know who the person is, don't know the details behind it, but it's really about this sort of otherworldly concept of hypocrisy. And it's, we like consistency in people. Consistency is important. Other things like loyalty and things like this are good, but consistency is really important. And man, you know how kids will say no fair or whatever. It's because they're observing that there's an inconsistency somewhere, and we as adults call it by different names, but it's the same thing. It's like, you're not being fair. You're judging me for stuff you're doing. That ain't gonna last long. So, all right, Marlene, interesting choice too. And it's, when I do edgier songs on the channel, it's funny to see who comes out in support of them. I know who's going to come out and support a certain ones, because folks are just not like offended by much, but other folks would prefer songs to more likely be played in church or wherever than possibly in a nightclub. But either way, I like seeing the reactions to some of these. And there were moments in here too, and I know some of you had this thought, where she reminded me of Carrie Underwood. In certain moments in the song, I'm not saying overall, their voices are different, obviously, but there were moments where Sarah Beth sounded very much in tone and quality and in emotion, like Carrie Underwood does in some of her songs. I am going to come out with an 8.7 on this one. I liked it. Just came hard hitting. That's how Sarah Beth does it. She's just real. She might I said this on one of my reactions, maybe the most recent one. She reminds me of Ashley McBryde, or Ashley McBryde reminds me of Sarah Beth Terry, because I knew Sarah Beth before Ashley was on the scene. And I love Ashley. I saw her in concert up here in Jersey at the Stone Pony, the indoor stage nonetheless, before she was like a big deal. I saw her with maybe 300 people, maybe 400 at the indoor stage. Such a likable, lovable person, and what you see is what you get. You wouldn't cross a person like that, but you wouldn't need to. There wouldn't be any reason to. And Sarah Beth strikes me very much and is in the same mold of that. Very likable, lovable person, would be a best friend to you, but don't cross her. She's going to throw a rock at your glass house. All right, guys, that'll do it. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Sarah Beth, please forgive me. Keep liking me. And keep rocking the country. That's what it is.